back, relax, and maybe get yourself a snack. Me and you gonna have a little chat about books. Hey guys, so I'm here today to talk to you about a book which I really enjoyed, and it actually comes out today, so of course now is a perfect time to go and pick it up. I apologise if you can see a little fly flying around. I've tried multiple times to get it out the room and it's not cooperating, so apologies if you see that. It's annoying me just as much as it will annoy you. So the book I'm going to be talking about today is this one, Robert Jackson Bennett's new book. It is called Foundryside. This was actually my first Robert Jackson Bennett read, and it's set in an entirely new world, I believe, from his other series. So it is a story that you can start off with and you can just get into his work and enjoy, and it's really fun. So this series, or start of a series, is set in a world where it's kind of an industrial period of time, and we see a land where there's loads of different houses, merchant houses, that are in charge of all of the kind of commerce and trading in this city called Taveen, which is where the majority of our story is set. And in Taveen there is a definite divide between the rich people who work for the merchant houses and who are part of it, and then the poorer people who kind of slum it out and live in very poor conditions, and they just kind of have to do whatever they can to survive. So our main character is called Sanchia, and she is someone who is lowborn. She's someone who lives out on the fringes. She doesn't really have a lot of prospects, but she's hoping she can gather enough money one day to do her own thing by stealing predominantly, because she has talents that many others don't, in that she can feel and sense scrivings or screevings. I'm not quite sure how you say it. So screevings are very important in this world. They are basically the magic of it, the core of everything in the society and the way that people get through their day-to-day lives. So this is a magic where you can tell an object it's something else than it is. You can convince an object that it is different and better than it actually is. So in this world, we know that there is an ancient civilization who were all powerful. They could do all sorts of things with scriving, but we know that a lot of the secrets that they had have been lost to history, and at the point where we join the story, the city and the people of it don't really have an awful lot that they are working with. They have things that help to benefit their lives on a day-to-day basis, and they have learned an awful lot, but there are still an awful lot of secrets that they have not yet uncovered, and people are constantly working to do this. Any artifacts that are found are in high demand. People will go to any lengths to get them. And that's kind of where our story really begins. So we follow Sanchia in the very first opening scene, where she is sailing an unwieldy rig through the sky in order to steal something that she knows is of very high value, and she knows that this is something she's not supposed to look at. It's something that she needs to be very discreet about, because it is a very high-paying job if she can get it done. So she knows this object is valuable, but more than valuable, it's way more valuable than anything she's ever stolen before. And so she gets involved in trying to steal this, and that's where the opening scene begins, and we see her do all these kind of death-defying acts, and definitely she has some talent that is quite unusual. She can actually feel and hear the screevings, and this means she can kind of navigate in a way that most thieves can't, because she can understand exactly how the bricks in a wall will fit together and exactly when someone is touching the wall on the other side or something like that. So she has a very unique talent that helps her to be a great thief. However, of course, quite early in the book, we realise that this artifact that she's stolen is more than it seems, and when she actually dives in and finds out what it is, she doesn't really understand it herself. In fact, it's something so crazy that she couldn't have even dreamed about it. And I'm not going to say any more about the story, but of course, lots of other people want this thing back, and the story goes on from there. So what I loved about this is that it feels very fast-paced right from page one. Like I say, you open on the scene where she's trying to steal this thing, and it's very dramatic, and you learn a lot about the magic in those opening pages as well, so it's definitely easy to get into, I feel like. And I think the more you read through the book, the more familiar you get with the idea of screeving and what it means and how it can actually change and enhance objects. So I really enjoyed that element. I do think that it reminds me a little bit of the Mistborn series by Brandon Sanderson. It's definitely got similar elements in terms of the magic and how it works and some of the ideas that he kind of plays with. I really think it has that similar vibe, and that's not a bad thing because I like that series too, but I do think it's that kind of pacing as well. In the middle of the book, I feel like there is a section where
it slows down a bit, and Sanchia is not our only main character, though she is the one that we focus on the most. So we also have other characters who pop in for small snippets, and eventually, of course, they all end up working together, sometimes against their will, in order to basically figure out what the thing is that they've found, and also the mystery of who has tried to get this object into their city and why. What are they doing with it? What is the significance of this new thing? And I really, really enjoyed some of the characters, but it took me a little while to get into them. I feel like Sanchia was someone I could easily get to know and connect with quite early on. I feel like her character was just one that I worked with really well, but then some of the others took a little bit longer, but they did in the end come round, and I enjoyed Berenice and Rega and all of them. I think they were good. So that was definitely nice to see sort of snippets from other people's point of view. In terms of the overall plot, I think it's fun, fast-paced, easy to get into, although there is that slight lull in the middle where the other characters are being introduced and you're kind of learning about them and seeing what they're up to. I do think the ending is ultra dramatic, and I definitely want to know what is going to happen in the next book, because there is a cliffhanger, as always, so I definitely need to find out what happens next. And I really, really enjoyed this on the whole, so I would certainly recommend picking it up if you get the chance to. With that being said, I ended up giving it a 4 out of 5 stars, so definitely a good rating from me. And I also now have something really exciting for you guys. So I was somehow accidentally sent 2 extra copies of Foundryside, paperback copies. I don't know how I've managed to be sent these, because I didn't ask for them, they just turned up in the post. But that's great, because that means I can now do a UK giveaway for you guys. So my plan is to do a UK giveaway. Unfortunately, I can't do international just because I don't have the money to send it abroad everywhere. So if you are in the UK and you would like to win a copy of Foundryside, then please do let me know in the comments below. Just let me know that you're UK based, and also tell me what object you would enhance if you could and how you would do it. Basically, the idea is that you can tell an object that it is denser than it is if you want it to be heavier, or you can tell an object it's lighter than it is if you want it to be lighter, and that will change the properties of how the object acts. So let me know what sort of object you would enhance or change if you were able to scribe. And of course I'll choose 2 winners from the comments and I'll send these out. So I will do an announcement video where I let you know who's won, and then I'll send these out. So thank you so much to the publisher for sending these to me, and thank you so much to you guys for watching this review. I will see you all very soon in my next video. Bye guys!
Thank you for watching my video today. Go pick up a book, then come back and chat with me again.